everyone. So, today's story is about the Nagoya Immigration Bureau incident, which is seriously heartbreaking. So, in March 6, 2021, a woman from Sri Lanka named Wishma Sandamali passed away while she was detained at the Nagoya Immigration Bureau. The saddest part? She had been repeatedly saying she wasn't feeling well but didn't get the right medical care she needed. This whole thing made people seriously question the immigration system in Japan. Here's a bit of her backstory. Wishma came to Japan in June 2017 as a student. She joined a Japanese language school, but it got super complicated. The guy she lived with from Sri Lanka got violent with her, so she started skipping school a lot, and then she couldn't pay her tuition because the money from her home stopped. By August 2020, she couldn't take the abuse anymore and went to a police box, but then she was detained at the Nagoya Immigration Bureau. Even though they knew she was a victim of domestic violence, they kinda just ignored it and detained her anyway, which might be against some rules. Initially, Wishma wanted to go back to Sri Lanka, but she didn't have enough money for the flight. Plus, she got a super threatening letter from her ex-roommate and also found some supporters in Japan, so she decided to stay. During her time in detention, from around January 2021, she started feeling super sick. She was throwing up and lost a lot of weight. She asked to be released on bail, but first they said no, and then they didn't decide the second time. In February, she was checked out at an external hospital where they said she needed an IV and stuff, but the detention center just gave her oral medicine. And then, on March 6th, she didn't respond to the officers, got taken to the hospital, and sadly passed away. She was only 33. The Immigration Bureau said it was a natural death, but mentioned that it might have been caused by multiple factors, and it's hard to pinpoint an exact cause. So, yeah, it's super tragic and just makes you think a lot about how things are done. Back in May 2021, there was this family who came to Japan because they wanted to know the truth about how their sis died, right? They asked the immigration office, but totally got the cold shoulder. They were super mad and said they can't even go back home until they know the real deal. Then on August 10th, the immigration peeps finally released a report about the investigation. And on that same day, they kinda scolded the head and deputy of the Nagoya Immigration Office and gave a stern warning to a couple of other guys. The family was like, we don't even know why our sis died or why she wasn't released temporarily when she was sick. So not cool. On the 12th, there were these big shots. Minister of Justice and head of the Immigration Bureau who said sorry to the family. But then, the fam watched a security video from inside the immigration facility, and the sisters were heartbroken, saying their sis was treated like an animal, totally not okay. They even showed this footage to some important committee, and one politician was like, this is basically torture. There were also these super inappropriate comments by the staff, like mocking Wishma when she couldn't drink properly, or asking her weird questions when she was clearly not feeling well. The staff said they just wanted to be friendly, but yeah, not buying that. In November, the family tried to press charges, but in June 2022, they were told it wasn't gonna happen. Then in December, another committee said that some of the staff weren't to be charged, but they kinda hinted that if the immigration peeps had acted right, Wishma could have been saved. Then there's this dude from Nagoya who also tried to press charges, but again, no go. Wishma's fam sued the country in March 2022 because they said that it's the Nagoya immigration's fault for not taking care of her. The first hearing happened in June, and the fam was like, my sis was left to die. The Japanese government needs to apologize. For the first anniversary of Wishma's death, peeps across Japan held protests, asking for better treatment of detainees. They even formed groups to find out the truth and fight against discrimination in immigration. There was some talk about changing immigration laws, but because of the outcry over this case, they kinda dropped it for now. This whole drama got attention outside of Japan, too. Sri Lanka reported about it, and the US even honored this lawyer fighting against human trafficking. During a ceremony for him, Wishma's sister quoted Buddha saying, hatred doesn't end by hatred, but by love. She hopes that those who wronged her sis won't ever do it to anyone else. Alright, that's all the news for today. Thanks for sticking with me till the end, girl. Later.